I found a very good use for my $12 bore scope, and it's actually absolutely perfect for checking out catalytic converters, particularly on the engine side. Now the exhaust side is easy to access, you can see that with your own eyes, and that's not where the problem's going to be. As we can see from this O2 sensor, this engine was running very rich. I don't think the K-Jetronic system was even functional, let alone working properly. So this is where I stuck the camera in, and immediately we can see that this catalytic converter has catastrophically failed. You should not be seeing chunks of the honeycomb structure just floating around, adrift inside the housing of this thing. This is a worst case scenario. Obviously, due to the poor running, or maybe just wear and tear, this has melted and completely failed. And that's not the only chunk that's just floating around in there. We have others just haphazardly tossed around in there, including one major chunk that has broken off and gone backwards. And you can see some of the honeycomb structure remaining there. Not much of it. And a large chunk that's broken off and gone backwards. This would not be doing good things for the flow of this exhaust system. The reason everything looks purple is because everything is covered in soot. When everything's covered in carbon like this, you don't really have colour coming up in the camera. So this was a very unhappy car. Now I did test the O2 sensor using this backyard method, holding it in front of a flame. Not too close, you don't want to overheat it because that will destroy it. But it had a lot of carbon build-up, and it does have to warm up before it will give a voltage reading. Negative on the housing, positive in the signal cable. As it starts to warm up, you'll start to see a voltage develop. On my grey car as a reference, 0.7 volts is where it seems to go up to before the ECU switches modes between rich lean cycling. So if I can see 0.7 volts come from this thing, it's obviously working. Now I'm operating off memory here, I could be wrong. It may not be 0.7, but as long as I'm seeing something, it's obviously working to a degree, and it will be sufficient to get this car up and running. As it gets hotter and hotter, I can see that voltage get higher and higher, till I hold it directly in front of the flame for a moment, and it goes all the way up to 0.7. So yeah, this is a good O2 sensor, for now anyway. As for the catalytic converter, I'm not sure what I'll do with that. I'll probably have to smash it out and just run it hollow. And that is kind of illegal, but hopefully I don't have an emissions test done when I register the car, otherwise I'm going to have to pay for a catalytic converter. I don't really want to, because I don't want one, but it is what it is.